Hi, everyone. Tuesday and the 28th and nearly last day of January. Hard to believe. Glad to have you with us tonight. We've got a great deal of headlines to cover, including the Kentucky State Police Drug Enforcement Unit arresting a McDowell man on his way through Magoffin County with a quantity of drugs and cash last night. And many of you may well have heard that after getting back into school for 2 days this week, after being out 2 days last week for illness, they've been forced to call off the rest of the week. Superintendent of Schools Scott Hilton will tell us why, give us the numbers, and tell us some more things we need to know on that topic in just a few moments. Highlights from last night's Magoffin County Boys and Panther matchup as we traveled to Pikeville. Some vandalism for some county equipment. Birthdays, a couple of them at least, and some other news and information. And it all starts right after these messages. It can be one of the hardest parts of being a parent. You can beg them, bribe them, hold them down and try to force them, and sometimes you still can't get them to take their medicine. Well, problem solved at Parkway Pharmacy with Flavor X. Let your kids customize their medicine with some of the best flavors that really do taste great, and it's totally free with your child's prescription at Parkway Pharmacy. So stop the suffering, theirs and yours, for free, and get your Flavor X flavored medicines at Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville. You know what's just around the corner? Valentine's Day, and for a very limited time, while they're getting ready for Valentine's Day, you can come in and get 50%, that's half off select home decor and 50% off women's winter clothing at Frazier's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop. It's a must-see sale at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Salyersville for a limited time. Half off women's winter clothing and home decor while it lasts. The Seasonal Shop. Come by or call 349-3223. Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply, the region's largest inventory and lowest prices on feed for pets and livestock. And now they have Bernie, gear so warm you'll think it's summer, shirts and outerwear, overalls and more for gentlemen and ladies. And Tomahawk always has the best prices on pickup and delivery of gravel and rock that's dense grade all the way up to big class 3 and drain pipe 4 inches all the way up to 72 inches. Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply in Salyersville at red light number 4. Don't drive or let your family drive in this or this before doing this. Stopping at Conley Tire in Staffordsville for brakes, oil, alignment, and of course, tires. Thousands of tires in stock every day to fit anything with 6 months no interest financing and over 33 years of quality service with a smile. Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Right now, for pennies on the dollar, a huge selection of like-new laptop computers, a fresh stock of video games, the Cadillac of dog tracking and training systems, new hunting rifles, accessories, and ammo. And they always stock, buy, sell, and pawn gold and silver coins and jewelry with a new selection just in at Parkway Gun and Pawn in Salyersville, 349 Pawn. The drug enforcement arm of the Kentucky State Police, DESI, conducts many investigations. They often patrol the mountain parkway. Many of their investigations and arrests are at a level that are not made public, or often we sometimes do not report them for supporting their ongoing investigations. However, they did make an arrest last night of a McDowell man who was said to have been stopped under the influence and in possession of drugs and cash as he traveled through Magoffin County. It was last night that a McDowell man, identified as Gregory Moore, 31 years of age, was stopped on the Mountain Parkway. DESI at a traffic safety checkpoint, as is pre-designated and approved. They were on the Mountain Parkway here in Magoffin County when they made contact with the driver, that being Moore, of a red Chevy pickup truck. Upon approaching the vehicle at the traffic safety checkpoint, he appeared to be under the influence of alcohol and or drugs. And while they were talking to him, and him still behind the steering wheel, right there in plain view, on top of the dash, was a set of digital scales that you would use in drug trafficking. After pulling him off to the side of the roadway and getting verbal consent to search the vehicle and his person, they found almost $1,200 in cash in one of his pants pockets. And in multiple locations, tucked underneath the shifting knob and also up underneath some of the factory plastic, they found a quantity of methamphetamine that added up to about 10 grams in total. Moore was charged with operating a vehicle under the influence of drugs, DUI, first degree, and trafficking in methamphetamine over 2 grams. They seized altogether about 10 grams of meth, several plastic baggies, the digital scales, and $1,178 in cash, as he remains jailed in the Big Sandy. Now it's on to school or no school being the topic tonight. Out last Thursday and Friday, like many other schools, the Magoffin County School District today and Superintendent Scott Helton were left to look at the numbers again. And like many other schools, after coming back in for the first 2 days of this week, Magoffin County has had to make the tough call to close classes again today for the rest of the week as the situation has gotten worse. Something that Scott Helton, superintendent of Magoffin County Schools, was fearful of happening last week when they had to call off Thursday and Friday's classes.
I was concerned that we were just on the tip of the iceberg with the sickness last week, and I was anticipating that we were just starting into it. So yesterday we had school back after being out the 2 days, Thursday and Friday, and our attendance was hovering around 89%. Today we dropped again. We were right around 85%. And it becomes a concern when there's so many absences, and then are you meeting the needs of the children? Plus, it becomes a reality whether you can actually have school and afford to have school with so much attendance being out, because the day's not going to be a meaningful day. And in talking with some of the surrounding district superintendents, they were facing a lot of the same things. So you're going to see a couple of the other districts nearby that'll be calling off too for the rest of the week, and then we got a couple more that are close to that point, but they've not reached the point we are, but they're on decline. We're hoping that this week we'll continue to sanitize. We're going to sanitize buses, we're going to sanitize classrooms and things of that nature in the schools. But the biggest thing is there's some virus going around. We've checked with some of the doctor's offices and some of the pharmacists around. I'm not sure how much of the flu's come through yet, but a lot of it is bronchitis, strep, virus type things going on. But it's impacting the schools tremendously the last few days. We hate to call off on these types of things. We did do 2 of our NTI days. We did an NTI for tomorrow, Wednesday, and then one on Friday. Thursday will just be a day that we miss accordingly to we have to make up. But my reasoning for skipping a day is I don't want the kids to get overwhelmed with so much work to have to do and turn back in, and it takes a while to compile all of it and get it all back to the teachers and stuff, trying to break it up a little bit. Hopefully when Monday comes back, one of the things that this district's facing, and not just during this time, I would like to express to the parents, we need your children in school, but we don't want them when they're sick. But any other times, our attendance is one of the lowest in the region. And we've got a couple schools that's facing a large attendance problem. So anytime that they're able to come to school, we encourage you to send them to school. We need them in school to educate them. Our percentages have been declining, and when our enrollment drops, that percentage, it doesn't take a lot of kids to drop that percentage. And right now, we've got some schools that are struggling. So the older the children get, that doesn't mean they don't have to come to school. They need to come right on to school. But like I said, if they're sick, keep them home. But don't let them stay home just because they don't feel like getting up. You can work with us on that. And in some cases, if a child misses a bus or oversleeps, and you can get in contact with us, we may be able to provide some transportation. It's better to get them there late than not have them there at all.
Helton also urged, of course, just some of those simple, common sense things, washing hands, staying home, as he said, if you are sick, and just trying not to spread and trying to get some rest for students and staff alike. Superintendent Scott Helton also will be attending tonight's Magoffin County Board of Education meeting, where I have a camera at this time. One of the agenda items is the discussion of renewing his contract for another possible 4 years. We'll have the outcome of that discussion and other coverage from tonight's Board of Education meeting starting on tomorrow's program. Next is tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau calendar with not one, but a couple of birthday wishes. Tonight's calendar starting off with birthdays. Birthday wishes tonight. Heaven Fletcher, a happy 15th birthday. Love Willie, love Nessa, love Corey, love Mom and Dad Fletcher. Family and friends, happy 15th birthday to Heaven Fletcher. And I could pretty much stick my head out the door and yell this one to Ollie Howard, our neighbor to the newsroom here in studios. Happy birthday, Ollie Howard, from friends and family. Happy birthday to you, too. Couple of reminders real quickly on your McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. Tomorrow is Pantry Day at the Water into Wine Food Pantry because tomorrow is Wednesday, and since it's the last Wednesday of the month, it's 4 to 6 tomorrow. Bring your pantry card, bring something to take your food home in, and bring yourself, and call if you have any questions, 244-4818. And everyone at the Sagersville Pentecostal Church of Christ on East Maple Street wants you to know that they're in revival nightly at 7 o'clock. Come and be blessed with friends, and bring some friends with you and make some new ones at the Sagersville Pentecostal Church of Christ. This week, Revival Nightly at 7. And when you've got an announcement like any of these, or anything else, and you want it on the program, call me, or tell me, or get it to me any way you can, and we'll pass it along to everyone else. Our last announcement comes via nightly obituaries brought to you by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. And tonight's is in honor of 74-year-old Irvin Ray Hall of Lacey Creek, who passed away Saturday evening, survived by his wife, Wanda Gamble Hall, and son Scotty Hall, and daughter Crystal Russell, as well as brothers Happy Hall and Berlin Hall and Basil Hall and sister Connie Gamble. Funeral services are going to be held tomorrow at 1. Visitation continues tonight, all from the McGoffin County Funeral Home Chapel.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
We have finally done it. After years and years of extensive testing, we not only invented the chicken sandwich, we have perfected the chicken sandwich. Come and try it and love it with a big, famous dipped breast strip, pickles and mayonnaise, or however you like it fixed. And if you like, make it a double. Just make your way to Lee's to get it, and grab a cookie while you're there. At your Sagersville, Lee's famous recipe, where even our ice is famous. At Sagersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National. Has Logan Corporation got a deal for you? So the next time you need one, you have one. The fact is that Logan is manufacturing so many dump bodies that they're closing out forever their stock on brand new Honda generators and water pumps. They've got over 50 brand new units in the box with the factory warranty on sale right now at prices you can't find anywhere. 2-inch pumps, $300 and $400 off. 3-inch pumps, 4-inch water pumps, trash pumps, Honda generators, the quiet portable EU series, and the 1,000 and 2,000 watt models, hundreds of dollars off. You can get an EU 1,000 25-pound generator for $642. Save almost $1,000 on their big EB 6,500 generator, with many more models available, all at prices lower than anywhere you're going to find online or elsewhere, guaranteed, at Logan Corporation, while they last. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785.
Appalachian Wireless wants to know if you're tired of settling for a phone you didn't really want because it was more about the cost of the device rather than the phone you really wanted. Well, Appalachian Wireless has the solution, and it's called the Appalachian Advantage. With Advantage, every phone model is back on the table because you only have to pay the taxes on the device you really want. Many of our hottest smartphones are less than $50 up front, then a few extra dollars on your monthly bill. With Appalachian Advantage. Payment agreement is required. See store for complete details.
At work, we do a lot of live shows with crowds. I used to sit up there and not really know who was looking at me. I was finally tired of contacts and glasses, tired of paying for contacts, and I just decided I need to get these eyes fixed. Able Eyes was great. If someone asked me if they should get LASIK, I would absolutely recommend it. At first, like many people, I'm hesitant, but after going to Able Eyes and they walk me through it, I know that it's a quick and painless process, and I recommend going to Able Eyes. They were the best.
Right now, you can take advantage of their lowest prices of the year at $1,800 per eye.
Well, they've been here in Magoffin County and Sagersville and just across the way there for the past few months. The Big Sandy Community and Technical College has moved in, of course, to the back of the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center, and the Skills U portion of that is having an event. They're having registration at the Community Center for English 101 for all those needing or wanting the class, February the 4th next week from 3:30 till 6:30, and they stress that financial aid is available to those who qualify. And if you need your GED, well, that's the place that you can go as well. You can get help there with earning your GED and diploma, preparing for college, getting training, earning job-related certifications, increasing employment skills, and much, much more at Big Sandy Skills U. 349-4433 is the number to call. They are again in the back of the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center. 349-4433. The Magoffin County Judge's Office is asking for some help. It wasn't a great deal of damage, enough damage that the judge executive equates it to essentially a load of gravel that could have been used somewhere else throughout the county, as a piece of county equipment was targeted by vandals on Friday night. A very big and very obvious hole as someone busted out the side glass, not a cheap fix, in the cab of one of the backhoes that the county operates. It was actually left on a job site off of or near Eddie Adams Road in the Pricey area, and this was believed to have happened Friday night. When crews returned the following day or their next day of work, they found what had happened. Several $100s worth of damage. We've seen equipment damaged a lot worse. We've seen vandalism a lot less. The judge, again, equating this to about the same cost or more of at least a load of gravels that could have been used elsewhere. If you have any information about who may have committed the crime, committed the vandalism, the judge's office and the sheriff's department is investigating. Last night, I traveled, as I spoke about, with Magoffin County boys as we went to Pikeville to take on Pikeville Independent and the Panthers, and this was, of course, two games. Not always the case, but more often than not, you had a junior varsity and a varsity. We'll pick it up with the last few seconds of JV. We'll start with the end of junior varsity, where JV got Magoffin County off to a good start last night. Here's a look as Patrick Dameron makes this one underneath look easy as the Young'uns held on to a 6-point lead to finish round one. Now, later in round two varsity of the 15th region matchup, the first and only regular season game between these two teams this year, Aiden Barnett pushes the Hornets to an early 8-2 lead. And Magoffin County goes on to go up 11-4 before the Panthers claw back to an 11-10 game, still Magoffin County, at the end of the first quarter. In the second, the Panthers keep pushing, and back-to-back buckets at the 2-minute mark in the first half help them score and make it 32-26 Pikeville at halftime. And after the break, Pikeville kept rolling, outscoring Magoffin County 12-9 in the third quarter to lead by 10 at the start of the fourth. And they still led Magoffin County by 10 at the 3:48 mark when Magoffin County puts on some pressure and Lucas Literal makes the grab and the pass to Grayson Whitaker 4-2. And then Magoffin County forces another immediate turnover, and Aiden Barnett turns it into 2 more off his own rebound, and all of a sudden, it's a 6-point game. And right after that, with some momentum, it takes Pikeville not 1, 2, or 5, but 7 attempts to inbound the ball and get it to at least the half-court mark. But when they did make it count. And they were up 12 on Magoffin County when time ran out. Now, I want to stress this is the tentative schedule thus far for the immediate future for the Hornets and Lady Hornets. As I mentioned earlier, with classes being canceled for the rest of the week, they are taking a close look at scheduled events like basketball games. But always at the last of the season, you've got those all-important district games which need to be over and done before the district tournament can go on. So we're going to kind of closely watch that schedule. As for now, there are no changes to be made, which means that the Magoffin County boys will be back in action tomorrow night. It's a road trip and a doubleheader still set for the girls and boys at Paintsville. And as of right now, the boys are still set to host Floyd Central, my apologies, on this Saturday, which is going to be senior night. That one, we'll have to wait and see. But as of right now, the boys and girls both set to go to Paintsville tomorrow night for that doubleheader, and the girls are actually in action tonight. I think that game was going to continue as scheduled, as they were hosting, if I'm not mistaken, it was Betsy Lane tonight. I have another meeting, 2 meetings actually, so we're going to try to send a camera up there and get some highlights of the girls for tomorrow. With that said, here's your Licking Valley RECC forecast. We're still going to kind of stay where we were. We've got a couple of light systems that we've talked about, mostly cloudy skies. We've got some rain and snow showers tomorrow and into your Thursday morning. Maybe another similar hit over the course of your weekend as we watch temperatures get to close to the 60-degree mark before it may all come right back to the dead of winter. So, with that in mind, we're still pretty much standing pat with the forecast and outlook that we had 24 hours ago. Not saying it's not going to change, but we're still in the same direction as far as rain and snow chances and temperatures as well. Well, with the exception of temperatures inching up closer to that 60-degree mark, as I said earlier. And then, after the forecast runs out, we don't have enough information to carry us on through midweek next week. We could be, I think we will be in store for some winter weather. Snow or not, I don't know. Cold air definitely, I think, is coming back. So don't get too used to it. 31 tonight, low of 31, cloudy skies. Tomorrow for your Wednesday, cloudy and 38 midday, kind of close to average. Tomorrow night, we'll see up until about 8 o'clock tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, a 20% chance of some light rain. That's it. Just kind of a small window of some light precipitation tomorrow evening before 8 o'clock. For your Thursday, that's gone. We're left with partly sunny skies and 44. More clouds Thursday night than not, but a low of 31. And then Friday, we'll add another 3 degrees to around 47. We'll also add some more clouds and a 20% chance of some rain afternoon or 1 o'clock Friday afternoon. And then a chance of rain, maybe even some snow on the back end of your Friday. We're going to be right around 35 degrees. Not a big major winter weather maker right now, but a chance of some light snow to be flying about for the end of your Friday. And then, like I said earlier, we've got some of those light snow chances to continue into your weekend. Turning the page over to Saturday. Saturday looks to have a chance of rain and snow early. Snow until we hit about 46 for daytime highs. Some light showers to the tune of 30% throughout the day, maybe on and off Saturday. And Saturday night, when we get close to 34, we might see some of that precipitation change back over to snow and lingering into some early rain, maybe snow Sunday morning as well. Sunday, we'll hit about 48 degrees and dry up by Sunday afternoon, I think, and maybe certainly even Sunday night. Your high and low for the latter half of your weekend, 48 and 37. And then check this out. There you are, Monday, mostly sunny and 48 degrees. Tuesday, I'm going to go with an adjusted 55 right now and partly sunny. I'm not for certain that temperatures won't even continue to climb Tuesday as well, but I think we'll definitely still be in the 50s. And then by midweek or maybe a bit later than that next week, well, that's when the hammer falls on this early spring-like forecast or short-run temperature-wise, and then it's back to some Arctic air we'll go. And then we'll be talking at that time, or a little bit before, about the possibility of any white stuff to fly along with it. But that's where we are weather-wise right now per your Licking Valley RECC Outlook. It's going to wrap it up for Tuesday's program. Glad you were a part of it, and hope you are a part of the next one. We'll see you back here tomorrow night for more of Your News Today. Thank you for watching.